Guys, I think we figured it out.
First try.
That was easy. 1:30 means 2:02 in TBB time. All right, we're back.
We'll figure it out sooner or later.
Yeah, so if you're just tuning in, I think we deleted all the previous ones. The Bocce Bros live episode. Me, Chris Lovell, Dante Lovell,
I don't.
Anthony Cugini, a.k.a.
Mad Cugini.
and the one and only friend of the pod, Mikey Prosciutto. How you doing? Let's bring in our fellow paisan, Carmenucci. There he is. Carmen, what's going on, buddy?
Hey,
I don't.
forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, seriously, please forget about it. Well, thank you for hanging in there with us. We're going to just recap kind of what we just talked about, right?
Yes.
Because we haven't had a podcast episode in some time.
Since December with Marco,
December.
the magician.
Marco the Magician.
Wow.
Dude, he got so much shit for that magic trick, but people need to relax. He's a really good magician.
I've been interviewed a few times. Like, I was on my friend's Instagram Live, and prior to, I'm like, okay, what could I do that's like as cool as Marco? Like, it got me thinking outside the box, like just to be fun.
Yeah.
I didn't do anything, but
shout out
thought
to
about
Marco Orlando Jr. But we're gonna recap some things. Chris, you said current events, right?
current events. Yeah, there's some things in the TBB realm we want to talk about.
People were wondering who that handsome Italian Dago was from Italy who was visiting at us a couple weekends ago in Cleveland, right? We had a couple tournaments in Cleveland, Club Molisani doubles, and the Carantavagna Cleveland Bocce Club, Slovenia National Home. Wow, it's a mouthful. Tournament. But we had a friend, what we consider now, his name is Marco Rizzo. He's the owner of Our Sport Bocce, which is based in Milan, Italy. And he basically creates everything bocce. Bocce balls, bocce apparel, bocce shoes, sweatsuits, yada, yada, yada. He only speaks Italian, though, which was the most interesting part. So I'm not fluent by any means. I think I know about, 40 words, Anthony?
Yep.
If we got together.
Half of them are swear words.
Half of them are swear. Say, "Vaffanculo," which he found hilarious when I yelled it. But so I picked him up from the airport, and just what a wholesome moment it was. And I have a bunch of videos and pictures. I'll have to make a vlog sooner or later of it. But just what a wholesome moment until Anthony got into town. And for those of you who don't know, Anthony's parents are from Italy, right?
Yes.
Right. So you grew up in it all.
Yep.
Authentic as it comes. So
I spoke Italian first before English, actually.
yeah, well, that's a fun fact. I did not know that.
That's why he's so quiet
Yeah.
at tournaments.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is why I'm so quiet.
Yeah, but I want you to give your take on Marco. When you first met him, and just your experience with him throughout the week.
Yeah, I mean, a guy coming from Milan just to come over for 2 tournaments. At first, I was like, "Who is this guy?" But by the end of the weekend, I think we were like pretty much all of us were best friends, and he was crying when he was leaving because just the amount of time and love he has not only for the game but for us, what we're doing, what he's trying to do. And a lot of the conversations we had was, about his company. He played for 40 years at an elite level. He's pretty much semi-retired now, and he's just looking to continue to expand the game because of his love for it. He realized our love for it, and, we officially became the distributors of Our Sport Bocce in United States of America, which is exciting. I think some of you guys that are listening probably bought maybe a set of balls from us. We started with 20.
Christian just announced the bag is the bomb. So not only did we sell some bocce balls, the bags were a big hit as well.
We sold bags. We're looking to get into the apparel side of it. I mean, it's just exciting. He has a lot to offer, and we're excited to partner with him.
Yeah, definitely. He, like you said, try to just bring more of that, opportunity, the more of the stuff from Italy that it's just not every single person can get. Like, I tried reaching out to him 2 years ago for a small order, and he's just like, "What's not going to happen? It's too much, But what we're trying to do is by getting bulk orders, and not even that, by working with people to get custom orders. We're working with Nico out in Maestro's Bocce in Chicago, Illinois, to get them some USA gear when they're heading to Canada soon to do that little turf war. So, working with clubs, soon to be clubs from all over the nation to get their custom orders in. So they can, bring that stuff to America. So I'm excited for it. Excited to partner with Marco.
Yeah, one thing that I was excited about, for the most part, we all wear athletic gear when we play bocce, right? And I think a lot of people, especially professionally, they look cordial. Everybody's wearing the same shirt. Now, there's a lot of teams in the bocce community that do that, and I love that. I know there's a lot of people that also are fans of people wearing the same shirts or same outfits, whatever it may be. Well, this is an opportunity for that, and it's just not like, wool or cloth or whatever it is. Like, it's a really cool material that you could play in and feel comfortable in while you're playing.
Yeah. If you see the pictures, I was wearing one at the Cleveland Slovenian National Tournament a couple weekends ago. And it's fresh, I will say. And if you look on their website, which many of you have after talking with him, that they have a lot of varieties and like a lot of colors. They can do custom things, and soon you'll see different color bags. We're gonna have a bunch more options, so I'm looking forward to it.
I think for me, I'm excited to custom make some with him, like a little bit more like modern, right? So maybe something that we would be used to wearing. Yeah. As opposed to guys maybe over in Europe. So that's also a really cool thing, is we can customize a lot of stuff too.
Yeah. So look out for more. I know some of you were curious. I know Club Molisani was interested in making an order for June to have a bunch of things. So we'll talk with those. If you're interested, reach out to us. Be proactive on it, because that train will be moving sooner rather than later, and we'll get information out to the public as well as how you can order and what are the options and yada yada yada.
Wonderful.
This, that, and the other. Shout out to Dennis.
This, that, and the other.
Yeah.
Ming. All right, what's next?
Current events. Any other current events?
I thought there was something else we wanted to talk about.
I feel like we've been traveling for the last 4 weeks.
People are starting to wonder about you and I.
I know. We did get a question on the pod.
Yeah. Yeah. If you have questions, also throw them in the comments. Maybe we'll answer. Maybe we won't.
What'd you say, Carmen?
Do you guys have a job?
We have some job. Yeah, we have a couple jobs. We have 2 jobs: the bocce job, and then our actual jobs.
There's these last few weeks, Dante and Anthony have been gone, and luckily they're able to work remotely. But like, they've been in Florida, they've been in Vegas, and I feel like Carmen and I are those kids, or like Squidward, like that's just like that meme where he's looking outside the window and everybody's playing and having fun.
We got up at 5 o'clock in the morning in Vegas just to work because we had to. We gotta get up.
What a time! My favorite time was Florida. Florida, you wake up, there's nice weather, and then on top of that, we're playing bocce all day.
Yeah, that was nice.
It was so that was out in Cape Coral. That tournament was nice. I've never been out there. What was nice about it, the Cuginis here have a property not too far away, right, Marco Island. So we were able to stay in Marco Island, have a good time with their family, and then drive about 45 minutes to an hour to Cape Coral, where those guys were nothing but nice out there. They have nice courts similar to the MVR. Wouldn't you say, but a little longer?
Yep, just the same speed, same materials, MVR.
Yeah, and the people were so nice, like the locals around who were not even playing but just watching.
Yeah, it was a crowd that it was like an old Italian city essentially.
Yes,
that's what it felt like. Mm-hmm. And all the Italians came together. They brought their espresso. They had limoncello. It was awesome. It was like a little Italy, but in Cape Coral.
Yeah, yeah. And then before that, we were in Cleveland for 2 tournaments.
Yep.
The doubles tournament where, like I said, Marco was there, and then the Slovenian tournament, which, hey, boys, we won that one.
Yeah, that was a fun one, man.
That was a battle. We had a couple of scary calls, some close games where we were up.
If you guys want to watch those, you can go on our YouTube page. Shout out to the Slovenian National Home. They reached out to us early on, about several months prior to that tournament, because they saw what we've been able to do over the last few years when it comes to streaming. And they asked if we'd be willing to do that. And luckily, they updated their Wi-Fi, which is important. So if you guys want to hire us, we would love that. But we have to make sure that your Wi-Fi signal is strong enough. But we had some really good games on there. So go to our YouTube page for that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I was going to say real quick in Florida. So I have one memory of this guy that we were playing against. And, the guy would, hit, roll. I'm like, who is this guy?
Oh my God.
Find out he's 90 years old.
89. Have some respect.
89. Almost 90. I think it was 90 this month. He's king of the court.
Yeah.
So he's won king of the court back to back.
Which is the king of the court. What did you
singles champion?
Members singles. Yeah.
He was unbelievable at 90, and I was just like,
you wouldn't expect him to be 90. He didn't play like a 90-year-old. He was. And he wasn't even shooting, but when his team was doing bad, they would have to rely on him to shoot, and he was doing it.
That's wonderful.
And hitting everything, and he was getting pissed at his teammates. I need to talk about Julio, though.
Oh, Julio.
Julio. which he pretty much, now I keep saying it, but Julio was the one who kind of took care of the courts. You saw our video, he was spray painting the court line.
Yeah,
the man was so nice to us. But every time he'd be first point, and when he knew it was good, he would go, Polino Bebe! And then he would just walk down the court. So every time I have a semi-good shot, I like to yell, Polino Bebe! So shout out to Julio. I know he's probably never going to watch this, but we'll have to send it to him. Other current events, though. The newsletter.
Yes, that's what we wanted to talk about.
Yeah, the newsletter. So we haven't had a podcast lately, but we've been trying to keep the flow of information steady out to the Bocce community, and that's been through our newsletter. I think we've had 2 so far, one in January, one in February, and then we're working on the March one, which is jam-packed full of information.
Yeah.
But, yeah, look out for those. It's a way for us to just get another outlet to get different information out there, so you're not just, listening to a whole hour podcast. But on top of that, sponsors. We're looking for sponsors for live feed or live podcasts like this and our newsletter, which is getting a bunch of hits. So reach out to us if you're interested about that.
Yeah.
Boom.
I do want to talk about the Cleveland Challenge or the Cleveland tournament that we won. And it's not to boast about that by any means, but it's more to talk about how far we've come. Previously, if you look at or listen to our early podcast, you'd hear us kind of joke it'd be nice to win at least one game, right? It was always 0-2, 0-2, 0-2. And during some of those games, we would have the lead or we would get down early and we couldn't find the flow, right? Just like any sport. And this past tournament, I feel like there was a lot of scenarios where maybe previously we wouldn't have settled in like we did, or we wouldn't have communicated like we did, but we were able to do that. We were able to look at each other, and it was just kind of like one flow as opposed to just everybody kind of wondering what the hell was going on.
I mean, we had 2 games that we were up, I think, 13-6, 13-5, and it ended up coming back 13-13.
Sweating.
And, man, did that press our mental capacity. But we got out of them. I mean, some big shots just to win those games, and it was exciting. That was exciting, Bocce. That weekend was just filled with exciting games.
Mm-hmm.
A lot, yeah. Great games, great teams. That was fun. And during that, which is cool, so we like I said earlier, we streamed that tournament, and while we're streaming, I was looking across the courts, and I saw their TV had the Club Molisani 2-man tournament streaming. And then I found out there was a little deal made.
Yeah, there was a crossover deal made. So the Club Molisani tournament was being streamed live at the Slovenian tournament, while the Slovenian tournament was being streamed live at the Club Molisani tournament.
Oh, wow.
Which was great. Good for Bocce all in general, which is amazing. But I do want to talk about that doubles tournament and some of the odds that were around it.
Mm-hmm.
So Rocco, get Carmenucci in here. Rocco Ghieri and I think Jimmy Paisano kind of co-headed this and how it was designed for this Monopoly money. But can one of you explain it better than I can?
I think Anthony can.
So
The money
essentially,
man.
The auditor.
You take any team in a tournament, and let's say you put $20 on them. So then right there, the pot's $20. So if that team wins, you win your $20 back. But if Dante bets on Team B and I bet on Team A, there's $40 in the pot. So right now it would pay 2-1. So my $20 would pay $20. So then it just keeps increasing. So when they first started this with the 2-mans, you pretty much had to select who you think would win, and there was no field bet. So that was kind of the big controversy first, because what if someone that you didn't select would win? So let's say there's 20 teams, and only people bet on the first 10.
What did he decide to do if that happened?
So the first 2 tournaments, he said if a field bet wins, they'll donate it to charity,
No,
which I
that's
thought
nice.
was smart.
Good answer, Rocco. Good answer.
And then they finally moved to the field bet, which actually just happened to pay out against the singles from Molisani, because no one bet on Frank Rossi.
Yeah.
And Frank Rossi won the singles.
Yeah. Amazing.
But Big E bet the field.
Right. Yeah. But shout out to Big E. A couple people bet the field, and but to the why I brought this up. Not the only reason why, but that doubles tournament. There was $1,000 bet on one team right off the rip, and that one team has one of the best player in America, quote unquote, Jose Boto, and international player, I believe, Pat Pezin, who is also really great. So $1,000 right off the rip bet on them, which kind of got the ball rolling. And those 2 ended up winning it all. But that's kind of, I don't want that to overshadow who they played.
No.
How freaking unbelievable. I want to spend a whole episode on those 2 and get them on.
I mean, not only just Jose and Pat, but
No. I'm not talking
You're
about Jose and Pat.
Bruno.
I'm talking about I'm talking about
Bruno.
Yeah,
and John.
I'm talking about Bruno Iannetta and John. I'm so sorry I don't know his last name. In the comments, let us know, please, because he needs to be recognized. Needs to be recognized. But yeah, go ahead, talk about it.
No, I mean, Bruno to me is, they call him the GOAT from kind of previous years. So, he's won everything back in his day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he's probably like 60, 70, probably up there, but he had a brick wall fall on him about 3 years ago that kind of crushed his hip and his low back. So he's been kind of coming back from that. But just watching him play, the way he shoots and points and, the way he looks at the court, you kind of equate it to how ABV plays, I would say, right? He has that mentality of like,
people at home playing Bocce Bros Bingo. Oh, they mentioned ABV.
Right. Shot.
Anthony.
But I mean, it's true. I mean, when you watch him, it's amazing. And for him to grind all day on that 2-man and to get to
all
the
weekend,
finals,
right?
all weekend, actually.
I don't know what flight he was in, but regardless, he got through that flight and the championship Sunday flight.
I mean, to beat Joe and Tony Melorano Sr., those are two heavyweights too. I mean, it was a fun tournament.
Yeah, it was.
To watch.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
And
to
play, but to get knocked out.
Yeah. So shout out to those guys. Can't say enough about it and their run. I know that everyone was rooting for them, that's for sure.
Yes.
I would have felt bad if I was Jose and Pat.
We weren't because we had money on Jose and Pat.
We hedged our bet. We
put our Monopoly money and we hedged it. So we picked Jose and Pat, and then we picked a couple others, and we were close
and Pat,
hitting both.
That's definitely made it a lot more enjoyable.
Oh, the betting?
Yeah. And the streaming is even more important now because people want to see what's going on.
They want to see their bet come to fruition.
So reach out to us if you want your tournament streamed. Charge people an extra $5 to enter the tournament, and we'll waste 72 hours of our time streaming.
We calculated at Cleveland, the Cleveland tournament. We worked like
$7 an hour.
Yeah, $7 an hour.
Not bad. Crazy. That's not bad
for all four of us.
For the love of the game, baby.
But yeah.
So Carmen, you know his name, right? John. You guys mentioned John.
Yeah, John Calabrese.
That's what it is.
Heck of a name. Strong Italian.
Yeah.
Strong Italian. God, okay. What else were we talking about?
Well, that's it. Thanks for tuning in.
Yep. So we did it. First try.
I think upcoming tournaments.
Well, I want to talk about Vegas, guys.
Vegas? Oh, yeah, let's talk about Vegas.
So I guess
I thought what happens in Vegas is supposed to stay.
Zoots couldn't have said it better.
It tells you what kind of time Mike has in Vegas.
Vegas was long.
So it's a 3-man tournament, right?
3-man or 3-person, 6 balls, so 2 balls each.
Which is frustrating.
We have not. Yeah, Anthony and I talked about this in Florida. We hated that format.
So go into that. Why?
I don't know. It's just different. It's just, I don't know. You don't really play it anywhere. So it's each person on your team. First of all, it's 3 people on the team, so different from your 2 doubles or your 4-person. And it's just a whole different strategy that we're not used to. I don't think
all 3 play on all 6 play on one side. So you're throwing 6 balls. You're playing 12 altogether. So one frame, you could essentially give up 6 points.
A lot of balls on the court,
and you're going up to 10 points. So you could end a frame and you could end a game in 2 frames. Technically,
that is
crazy.
True. Oh wow.
6 and 4. And I think it happened. I think maybe LBA or someone I know ended a game in like 1 or maybe 2 or 3 frames, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
it can go quick.
Yeah, without a doubt. It's just, I will say, I had a blast. Right, 80 teams from all over the country. One thing I was amazed about, and I can't say enough to those I met, those who knew about the Bocce Bros, who said something in the elevator or just in passing. We got a couple of gifts from people, so shout out to you guys. Like, just the love that we were shown was amazing. Like, I would, walk past someone, but hey, Bocce Bros, right? Thank you so much for, pushing the game forward. What you guys do is awesome. And that just right alone is like enough for me to keep doing this.
It means a lot, right? Like, for us to know that stuff is being watched or loved and it excites them. That's why we did it. That's why we've been doing
Chris
it.
from Seattle, one of the nicest dudes. He gave me a little gift that I could keep. It's like a pocket score. Like, basically it's like beads and you could keep score on both teams. But he knew us from Seattle right off the rip. He live streamed our last game against ABC. Like, just people like that, which makes this community great. We said it on a lot of episodes, but it's just.
I think it was Mike from Huntington Beach.
Oh yeah, the Prosimo guys, the Prosimo guys. Yeah,
so shout out to them.
Oh my God, we had to talk about Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah, Hell's Kitchen was great. But before we go there, the tournament just in general was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay, so it's a 4-day tournament. You play a game on Thursday, one game, and then we played 3 on Friday, and then the double elimination starts on Saturday, and then it moves to Sunday. I enjoyed the tournament, but man, it's a long grind. 4 days in Vegas is a long grind.
So I noticed, and I don't like when tournaments do this, but I understand it's tough because what else are you supposed to do? But I feel like all the Northeast Ohio teams were playing against one another.
Oh, it's terrible.
It's like there's 80+ teams there, right?
Well,
we all got put in the same bracket somehow. It was
just by mere bad luck, I guess. Because what Guy does, we've had him on the podcast. He's explained to us. He separates group play by regions, which is great. So you're not coming all the way to Vegas to play your group play against the same guys, which is great. We got to play against Canada and Connecticut. Those guys were awesome. Connecticut, and so forth. But right after that, you get seeded. And it just so happened that the seeding
that Moldosani played us, which then we played Alta House.
Moldosani Concessions,
which was just
yeah. So
and I audited it. I spent a whole dinner.
So the auditor, which Anthony, you guys know, if Anthony Cugini's been at your tournaments, I noticed at first at Waterside, the Ambassadors tournament, that Anthony looks at the bracket and then sees if there's anything that could be improved, or wait a minute, why is this happening? This doesn't make sense. And it ended up helping. It struck good conversation. We figured it out that tournament. But what I've noticed is tournament after tournament, he's now just keeping eyes on things. So we were in Florida, and luckily him and Tim Trepepi saw some inconsistencies just with – it was just a mistake, right? They missed a game.
Yeah, it was an accident. It was an honest mistake.
Yeah, honest mistake. Nothing bad or anything. But they caught it luckily in time, and they figured out a solution for it. But it slightly changed the schedule, I think.
Yeah. Completely changed the schedule the next day.
But if they didn't catch that, we would have probably been in a worse situation.
We would have been eliminated.
So now I deemed Anthony the auditor. So once he saw all Cleveland teams were playing in the bracket, he was like, wait a minute, just to be sure. And so he spent some time at dinner.
The mad auditor.
Yeah,
me and Danny Catullo.
Yeah, I mean,
that's quite a bit of time.
Yeah, they had 3 different phones going. They had a calculator that the server gave them. It was hilarious.
You need that because if there are mistakes made, and it's not like to be like, let me make sure you're doing it right. It's like, no, we want to help you because we understand how difficult it is to run a tournament.
And shout out to those guys because I think they got it all right. Obviously, he audited it. Yeah.
I mean, just the odds of all the Ohio being in the one bracket was just sucked because you want someone from Ohio to win. Clearly.
Yeah.
So I have a few questions here.
Let's hear 'em.
Shoot away.
Chris Lovell, why have you not helped Anthony Cugini with his quads?
That's a good question.
All he does is curls and triceps.
That is true.
30 minutes, in and out.
Mikey Romeo said Saturday night in Vegas was epic. Is there something I don't know about?
We played some roulette, I believe, at the hotel, and then called an early night. As far as I can remember. So as far as I can remember, no, I do have to shout out Mike Romeo though, our IT guy from afar who handles our some tournament live streams. He had reservations for us at that. Do you remember the name of the restaurant?
It was a sushi place.
Sushi place, unbelievable. And then he also had a penthouse at the Mirage that he was nice enough to have us over for some pregame and whatnot. So shout out to Mike Romeo.
Mike's the man. John Riley said, and I wanted to say this earlier. Jose and his partner bet on themselves.
They did.
I love that.
That $1,000 bet was from Pat. We found out, and if you see that, he had the last words of that tournament. He said, "Unit out."
Yeah, that was sweet.
And he's just flashing all that money. So he won all that tournament money plus what, like $3K?
$3K.
He won $3K by betting on himself on top of the $4K.
Hey, that's confidence, man.
Wow. I love it.
Oh yeah,
why not? What the,
heck yeah.
I'm not gonna bet on someone else when I'm.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Maybe throw 20.
Oh yeah, you have to hedge your bets.
Brad Cotton, what would you do if you're playing against someone you bet on?
Oh, I can't take a dive, Brad.
You wouldn't take, would you?
Can't take a dive. Unfortunately, I don't have that in me. However, it was nice meeting you, Brad, in Vegas. It was a pleasure.
Shout out to Brad and Big E. No auditor needed in Texas.
Hey, right?
I don't know.
Eyes are always lurking with this one, man.
Big E had one of my favorite bocce shots I think I've seen, where he missed the Paulino first, and then he was like looking around, and the crowd started cheering. And
I had to go take the mic from him. Like, you gotta relax, man, because he had the mic in one hand, he was trying to hit it.
And he's running it too.
He's running it because we were helping him run that. That was a fun point knock competition.
Yeah, he had the crowd going.
That was in Vegas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that wasn't a game. That was just during.
That was a point knock, like
skills competition.
Skills competition. Okay. Yeah. All right. Nice. Awesome. Well, yeah. I mean, I love to hear those stories. I know it's wow. I know it's a lot, right? The traveling, all that stuff. But if it wasn't for those stories, we wouldn't be in this game. That's what makes this community awesome. Is that there's so many cool people. We've just listed off a bunch of people, right? That are a lot of fun. What do you say?
Yeah, I mean, I would say meeting the West Coast people was nice because we typically play in the same circuit with Northeast Ohio, and going out there and seeing everyone was super exciting. Now, I would like to throw some recommendations out there, them listening or not listening, but just like
go for it.
Just like some conferences we do for work, there's an East Coast one year and a West Coast one year. So it'd be nice if they switched it up every year. So do one in Vegas to bring the West Coast people, but then do one in like Florida,
Miami.
Do one somewhere.
I mean,
that's
the East Coast equivalent?
because that gets more Northeast people would travel. Northeast Ohio people would probably travel if it was closer, and they could experience that type of tournament.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people from our circuit will never go out there. They just won't. One, because of the time, the distance, the style of play. But if it was closer, they would probably try it out.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely, we should bring that up to them.
Is your buddy Mark?
How about live at Madison Square Garden?
What Carmen say?
Live at Madison Square Garden.
Oh,
Pretty spot fair.
let's start talking.
Yeah, we talked about Marco setting one up. I think he's trying to set something up in Canada. So.
I still want our UBC idea to go through here. We got to make that happen.
We will.
Ultimate Showdown. We will. We'll get it.
Ultimate Bocce Championship, 100%.
What did I want to bring up though, or something? No, it wasn't Prosimo.
But Hell's Kitchen was the other last thing. So shout out to Big E. He brought a group of us to Hell's Kitchen. He gave us all pretty much $100 credit, which is very nice of him. We ate like kings. It was amazing. Big E's so nice and just always shares all his love for everyone.
Yeah, I can't.
He's such a great person.
Can't speak highly enough of Big E, and I mean a lot of the people in the bocce community. But shout out to Big E. And not many of you are gonna understand what I'm about to say right now, but bitch better have my money. so shout out to Big E. But Chris Chim did say he got shut down from going to Mike's house.
Oh, yeah.
So I do want to talk about that.
Oh, my God. That was hilarious.
So Chris Chim is, we're just going to Mike's. But we have a game early, 8 a.m. So we're like, hey, we're going to go to the strip to go to Mike's, couple drinks, and head back. Not too late, And so Chris is like looking at us. He's like, well, my wife just went to bed. I was like, she'll never know. Just come on. We're going a couple hours. We're just going to go and we'll be back.
Yeah.
And
I was like, you need to tell her.
Yeah.
I was like, you need to call her.
So I have like devil angel on the shore. I'm like, 2 hours. Like, we're not doing anything bad. We're just going to his room, hanging out, coming right back, you know? And so we're heading. He's out. He's like entertaining the idea all the way to the lobby.
Well, we got to the outside,
and then next thing you know, he calls Kathy because he's a great man. Chris,
wonderful.
You did
husband.
the right thing and called Kathy. Let her know, hey, babe, I was just gonna head to the strip for just a drink, and then I'll head back. She's like, not without me, you are.
It was probably like a 3-minute back and forth. But
it was the greatest thing because it was awesome. But shout out to Chris Chim for doing the right thing, and Kathy, let him go next time. Come on.
He just put his shirt back on also because I think that one girl from Botchaholics was checking him out.
Hilarious.
Oh man. What we got here?
Julian Batula. Sorry if I screwed that up. You guys planning on making it to nationals?
Great
at Highwood
transition.
This year.
Good
transition. Wonderful transition. We were just talking about that. Go ahead, fellas.
So we are signed up for the men's. Well, so far, Anthony and I are signed up for the men's PRV doubles, but we want to get a team for the following events as well. I know there's the mixed PRV doubles. Then the 4-person Open A. Which hopefully we can get all four of us to go.
2v2, two on each side.
2 on each side, yeah.
Carmen Nooch, are you going to that? I forget.
I want to. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to look at my schedule. I think I might have a bachelor party that weekend, but if not, obviously you guys can find someone like you always do. But yeah, to answer your question, the Bocce Bros will be in attendance. It's going to be a great one.
We just started filling out our practice schedule so we can start practicing PRV. Every morning I wake up at 6 a.m. and watch it on YouTube for 3 hours. Just, in the shower, everything I can just to get an edge, So we're coming. Nationals, June.
Cugini lost out on that jackpot.
Oh my God! This is all right. This is a good. Yeah, all right. Well, no, this will be the last inside story.
Last Vegas story,
That's
please.
But Biggie basically is saying, "Hey, I got a $500 voucher from Caesars. I got to gamble it. Whatever we win, a split."
We'll split.
And he even mentioned this to me prior. He's like, "Let's go in." But then I got stuck. We're in Mike's penthouse, just hanging out, playing like
It was
31
me. It
or
was
something.
me, Bubba, Dante, Biggie, a couple people.
So then what ends up happening is, one, I'm saying, well, we're leaving. So anyways, like Anthony, I was like, you're gonna have to come back. So he leaves with him, Bubba, and Big E, and I stay back in the hotel. And right when he leaves, I look at everyone. I was like, he's gonna come back. 2 minutes later, Anthony's in the lobby. Yeah, I'm coming back up. So it's just Bubba.
Well, Biggie's like, it's a 5-minute walk. It was like a 20-minute walk. I was like, forget that. Like,
so 10 minutes later, we get a text, and it's a picture of a $66,000 jackpot that was just said Biggie in it, going nuts. Like Bubba's even saying we're splitting it. Like Bubba,
so I called Bubba. Okay, and everyone's like, Bubba doesn't lie. Like,
yeah.
Mike Ryan was like, Bubba doesn't lie. I called and Bubba goes, yeah, he's filling out some paperwork. He's like, I think he's going to give me half of it. He's like, I'm super excited. I about lost it.
Oh, man.
So did he hit it?
No, it was
No,
it was
next to
that.
that.
But it was like he was sick to his stomach. I was a little sick too because like I should have went on that walk.
So we played Danny Catullo next day, and he was with us. He's like, oh, I'm going to talk about this walk all game tomorrow.
And we ended up,
the $20,000 walk.
Yeah, and we ended up going to bed at a decent time. We got back like at 12:30.
12:31.
Yeah,
we were good.
I think I saw a picture of Bubba holding a check for that. Is that what it was?
A voucher. You probably got the person next to him, knowing them. But a good time.
I enjoyed. There was a lot of posts like, "Look at my jackpot: 500, 1,000, 2,000, a couple hundred."
Right when we got there, we hit for like 600 just on the Wheel of Fortune game.
Love that game.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I kept making him play it.
Yeah,
we ended up losing everything.
The slot machines are dumb.
It's like $20 a spin.
Yeah, we were playing max bet.
Carmen Nooch, tell us how you're doing, man. What shirt you have on there?
One of our sponsors.
Got a Pro Quality Demolition sweater.
I was wearing.
Shout out to Cosmo.
Damn right.
He's been a big supporter since the beginning. He gave this to us probably 2 years ago. I wore it for a while.
Yeah, it's when we streamed the Lowville Winter Tournament. It's when you and I we went like a whole 72 hours of just nonstop. That was the most exhausting weekends, but a good time.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm out of it a little bit. I haven't played any tournaments lately, but still on the St. Anthony's and the Toronto grind twice a week. Going well. It's always good to play winter bocce. I try not to take it for granted. We have so many good work around here. Just keeping it going, really.
Nice.
Are you? Oh, sorry. I was gonna ask. Are you playing in the high stakes tomorrow in Youngstown?
I am not. I wish I was. I was supposed to be at Columbus this weekend.
Yeah, start looking at the bets. We got to see who
Let's
we
ask
want.
our viewers. Who should we bet on?
Let's take a look here. Oh, we can pull it up if we wanted to.
Yeah, I can pull it up here.
Airdrop it to him.
Yeah. Well, no, add it to
The switcher.
I bet on Schroeder today or last week.
Who'd you bet on?
Monopoly money. He did really well.
Oh, Joe.
But
Yeah.
I think because I was in the bet, everyone followed suit and was betting him, and he ended up being the number one most.
He like that.
We've hit before.
We hit, yeah.
Yeah. Bet on a few guys. That was fun.
So right now for the St. Anthony's high stakes, Molisani Concessions is leading the bet charge.
I like that, honestly, because
those are the top three guys from the singles.
It's the top three guys from the singles. Who's their fourth?
It'd probably be
Paul Celine. Nah, I don't know if Paul would do high. I don't know if he would be in there.
I wonder who their fourth is. I don't know, but Random Forest coming in second, and then ABV and then CPF. So those are the top.
He has the
top
rosters
four.
on one of his posts. No rush.
It might be too time consuming anyway to go through all of them. But I guess some teams that you want to talk about.
Dante, Johnny, James Oma.
Oma's one of those underhand shooters.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Nice and smooth.
Yeah, he was nice and low.
Random four is Rondog, Renato, Frank, and Pete Milano.
Yeah, I like those two teams when I was looking at it, as well as ABV.
Take a shot.
Yep.
And then CPF is back to their MVR.
But they don't have Chris.
Team. No, they don't, because it's Tony Melrano Senior, Felice.
Still
Jim
a good
DeFranco,
team. I just if you have CPF, you got to have the heart of CPF.
Yeah, you got to have Chris, the
home
pointer.
inspections. That is.
Yeah, Chris is such a good pointer.
Chris. Yeah. So
we'll have to put some bets on before this goes off tomorrow.
What else we got?
Mike Romeo said, no joke, Anthony looked like he was going to jump out the window.
It's very true.
He was sick. He was faint. He was like white as a ghost.
It's very true.
So funny. All right, so many things. What else? There's so many things to talk about. I can't even think of them.
I mean, we have upcoming tournaments we can just quickly touch upon if you want to do that real quick.
Where can we find the upcoming tournaments at?
If you go to thebocceBros.com and click on the 3 little bars up top, Bocce tournaments, you can get a list of all upcoming Bocce tournaments.
All right, here we go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
So you have the high stakes coming up, right?
Yep.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
One day. Yep.
Tomorrow. And then there's the NEO Sports Complex co-ed doubles.
Yep.
St. Patty's co-ed at Lockport. Shout out to Lockport. Love those guys.
Yes, Mike Seraph, my guy.
And then I know you guys are in this one, the March 25th, 26th tournament, NEO Sports doubles in Cleveland.
I know.
And then us four, us three, and then we're playing with Dennis. Sorry, Carmen.
Don't worry, we're playing Carmen.
Yes.
Because we found out that he's bringing Milan from Chicago.
Oh.
That is hilarious, Carmen. I'm talking to Milan, and he's like, oh, yeah, I'll see you at the end of March. I'm like, huh? He's like, yeah, I'm coming to the Youngster. I'm like, with who? He's like, no one. I'm just coming by myself. Play with Carmen. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, so the Crickets tournament last year, the Bocce Bros, Anthony, Dante, and I, we won that tournament with our boy Dennis Stranad out of Cleveland. So we wanted to run it back again this year. See if we could defend the title. We were happy to see, though, Carmen, that you're playing. So who's on your team?
Yeah, so I originally and Vince was pushing me to the team. He's in charge of the tournament. And then Milan reached out and was like, hey, I really want to come to this cricket tournament. So I was like, all right, I'm off that weekend. I was just going to watch Bros, but let's get a team. So me, Milan, Brett from Wise Guys Properties, and my brother-in-law, Anthony Rowan.
Oh, wonderful. That's
be a fun.
Shout out to Chris Chim for taking our Saturday AM spot. So
yeah. Oh, how we got didn't get
that.
Yeah, I don't even want to get into that.
He did offer to switch it. He was very nice.
Shout out, Christian was very nice about it. They didn't get a spot in the co-ed, right?
The co-ed doubles, yeah. That's what I heard.
Okay.
All right, so after that, we have Club Molsani's tournament, the women's, April 1st.
Yes, that'll be a good one. I know we have some Chicago ladies coming to visit and play in that tournament. Now I got a bone I want to pick with.
Yeah.
I got a bone to
Listen
pick.
to this, Chris.
Pick with Club Molsani, and let's just be a friendly bone to pick. But I heard that the tournament is Backwall Live at Club Molsani for this women's April 1st tournament.
Okay.
Which, in my opinion,
every tournament we play at Club Molsani is always
Backwall dead.
Open international rules, Backwall dead. Now, I don't know. I just feel like that synthetic Backwall Live. It's how you can hit it and it rolls because it's synthetic more, right? I don't know. I just think it should be Backwall dead. I don't understand the whole reasoning for it.
I think I saw Luch in our comments, so maybe Luciano can.
That would be nice. Maybe he has some. So maybe there's a reason behind it. Now, if I will say, if the reason is if I'm just guessing, if they think that's going to speed up games, no, it will not. It will not. That will not. That
maybe
walking down the court to pick up a ball is not going to extend the game that long. That's just my bone.
Maybe they thought they can get more teams if it was Backwall.
Maybe that's definitely a possibility.
I also have a bone to pick because we identified as a she and they won't let us play. So this is a topic of conversation we had in Vegas.
We are suing Club Molisani.
I'm just saying. But regardless, we have a basket in that tournament because they're making that tournament fun. There's going to be like a party atmosphere, I think, and they have baskets you could bid on, like auction. So we donated a Bocce Bros basket of different apparel and stuff like that. So look out for that one. It should be a good tournament. But also April 1st
is a Highwood Bocce tournament.
Yes, that's what I was going to tell you. Because Donko reached out to us, and we ended up putting it on our website. So Highwood Bocce Club Open 4v4. It's on our website. You could register. It has the form to register on there as well. We just added it yesterday, so check that one out.
We'll just round out April here. So then there's a Canadian tournament, doubles.
The doubles. I just put that on there.
Extreme Bocce League.
Yeah,
I will say Valentina is probably one of the best rollers I've ever seen in my life.
She's coming on the podcast. She said yes.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
I watched her in the two-man tournament Club Molsani, and she did great. And then watching her there in Vegas was pretty sweet. So and actually the team we played was really good too. Those guys we played.
Oh yeah. From Canada.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then lastly is the Neo Sports Complex singles. So that rounds out April.
Bing Bong. Not the question, it's just Bing Bong in general.
So lots of tournaments coming up.
Carmenuch is looking for his headset. I said he was echoing a little bit, so we'll see.
Okay.
Guys, if you are watching, we would love to answer bocce or actually even non-bocce related
Even
questions.
better. We have some fun guests coming on that are non-bocce related. Sure, we'll touch up on bocce, but it'll be a blast. We have Ed Hasty.
Oh.
Yeah.
When
Mikey.
is the Ed Hasty?
Yeah. Now, I don't know if he's actually formally agreed.
He's
Okay.
agreed. He's agreed.
He's agreed, but we just have to make it happen here soon.
So yeah, that'll be ASAP. You know, Ed with his
Nice.
schedule.
Multiple, but he's a bar owner here in Columbus. He's a lawyer as well. Has many stories. He represents a lot of the bars around here. Does good work, and it'll be a blast to have him on.
He's loving bocce. He's trying to find a place to have some bocce courts. So that's a good conversation to have with him.
Without a doubt.
Mikey.
Oh yeah, forgot we have Zoots.
This was kind of just like a random.
So-
you guys like
Mike, what did you
kidnapped
do?
me a little bit.
Yeah, so last night Dante texted the group chat and he's like, "Hey, we should, let's get a little sauced up before we get on the pod." So we decided to go to brunch. I woke up this morning, texted Mike, like, "Mike, wake your ass up. We're going to brunch today." He's like, "All right, I'm in." So we went to Town Hall and we had a good time, and then we just forced him on the podcast here. So as we were talking at Town Hall, Mike owns a wine company. Mike, what's the company name?
It's called EDV International.
What's EDV stand for?
Enjoy Dolce Vita.
Which means
the sweet life, the good life.
Boom. That's what we're talking about. And they don't just have the sweet life. They have all wines from Italy, basically, right? All the good kind, at least.
Yeah, we're predominantly import Italian wines, but we are dipping into other countries.
Okay.
And actually, we're bringing in a Washington State wines
awesome.
pretty soon here.
That's amazing. Yeah, you guys have been growing. I remember when this started, there was just a couple of guys from the Italian club here. You guys had like meetings at one of these circle tables, and now you guys got warehouses, trucks, and like it's nuts.
It's
pretty
getting
cool
bigger,
to see.
yeah.
It's pretty cool to see, truly.
And do you sell all over Ohio, or is it just the Columbus area?
So as an importer, we can sell to any state, to another distributor, so nationally. We self-distribute, which is our license that allows us to sell directly to like restaurants and grocery stores. So pretty much in the Columbus area for now, that's just more of an infrastructure thing. But we'll be going to Cleveland, Cincinnati, and hopefully Youngstown soon.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So if you guys are listening, you need some vino. Why not buy it from?
Why not buy it from our guy?
Yeah, 100%.
Why not?
We spoke, though, so Italian heritage has always been something that's important to us. We all grew up in it. That's one of the reasons why we are playing bocce. It held something close to our hearts. We wanted to continue on traditions that were set forth before us, and bocce has been one of those avenues. And one thing that we're trying to focus on, as well as bocce in these podcasts, is that Italian culture. And it's awesome that we have Mike on because, like I said, owns wine, all imported from Italy, and you're going to be there in a couple weeks.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty awesome trip. We're leaving in about 2.5 weeks. Italy hosts the largest wine expo in the world. It's called Vin Italy. So I think it's been going on since 1967.
Mm-hmm.
Probably over 3,000 wines at this expo from predominantly Italy, but also all over the world.
That's
So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. For the conference, and then we're staying another week, of course.
Yeah, right.
Mike is a big so it's to piggyback on Italian heritage. We obviously grew up with all of the traditions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chris and I leaving Youngstown to come here for our jobs and college and yada yada. We slowly can see ourselves distancing from that. We found this club, but Mike is a big driver of Sunday dinners. Even though we would do that, but it's helpful to have another person like Mike to be like, hey, we're making wine, or we're gonna press it, we're gonna make homemade sausage, whatever that case may be.
He's big into the heritage pork.
So it just helps
Sunday dinners.
It helps us, and we all just makes us more a little more proactive with our heritage.
Yeah,
and getting out and doing things like that. So shout out to you, Mikey.
Another fun fact: we're sitting here at the Columbus Italian Club. If you guys are wondering, this is kind of like our living room area. Over here to my, it'd be, I guess, left for you guys. It's like a little banquet area. There's a bunch of tables, then a bar. We have 3 courts out there, all that.
You've seen us play probably indoor. We set up the indoor court with PVC pipe and play.
We are currently sitting with our president as well, Mike Pizzuto, and Dante just got elected as vice president and will be the future president after Mike's reign is over after this year.
Hey, how you doing?
How do you feel, Anthony? You're sitting in between the
royalty.
Yeah.
Royalty.
Congrats.
Get us a drink.
Thank you.
Anthony,
Spider, go get us a drink.
Anthony's the first lady.
Yep. The first lady. Which actually, we should bring up some of the questions that we were asked.
Yeah, what was
actually, so we did touch up on.
Yes.
If you guys want to, I could read this for you guys.
Please do.
So Luciano did respond as to why it's back wall live.
So we can always rely on Luciano. I told him that we're going to recruit him to the Bocce Bros once we have enough.
So Molisani, their women's tournament committee, which I love how they have that, decided that back wall's live.
I want to see
right?
the votes.
They get together. He wants to see the votes.
Audit it.
and they figure it out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Luciano also said, we used to have 4 international courts at a bowling alley 0.25 miles away from Club Molisani Charities that used to have leagues, ... I do remember hearing that.
Because Brad asked if we have any 80-foot-plus courts. So the Abruzzi Club.
Oh, okay, I missed that. Sorry, guys.
The Abruzzi Club in Westerville, where some of the listeners have played in the tournament we held 2 years ago, or 3 years ago.
Oh, it was fun.
It was they're 90 feet long outdoor courts.
Covered with a pavilion, but weather still affects them.
Indoor-wise, I think outside of the ones Luciano mentioned, I don't know of any other 80-foot-plus.
No. Now there's 70-foot courts coming to Youngstown, synthetic.
Yeah,
seems to be in the works.
Yeah, it's the rumor right now.
We'll just leave it at that, right? Because I don't want to. It's not my business to share.
Yep.
But some people already know. But that's exciting. Yeah.
The one and only Ron Cap. So Ron Capagreco, shout out to Ron.
Yes.
He's
been here. He was at the club.
Yeah, my Twisted Tea buddy. Nice playing at your club last week. Thanks again. Yeah, so Ronnie was down here. He was passing through for work.
Yep.
Last year he hit us up, said, hey, I'm going to be there. I want to kick your ass and some on your own court in Bocce. So, yeah, he was here the last 2 years. We were able to hang out with him. That's always fun.
Yeah,
so shout out to that.
A couple one-on-one games. Ron's the best. Always treat us well. Good guy. So shout out to you, Ron. Appreciate you. What else? Anything
Did he get the best of you?
So he Dante beat him, right?
2-1 with him and I. Good games.
And then he beat me on carpet. However, I was really hungover. Okay. But ask Ron who whipped his butt at NEO on a real court.
So we have a couple questions here. We'll go through them. Anthony, this one's for you.
Yep.
Does Anthony wash his Ohio State socks between tournaments and then piggyback with what you did recently?
So yes, I do wash my Ohio
So
State.
hold on, if you guys don't know, Anthony wears the same Ohio State socks. He washes them, I assume. What's up, Ron? Or Don?
Well, live podcast. We're live right now.
Yeah. So he wears his Ohio State socks. Those are his lucky socks.
Yeah.
So that's why
I always wear
it was
one thing
asked.
Ohio State. So it's either a shirt, socks. Like I always wear one thing that always has Ohio State, no matter what happens. But I have the red socks. Yes, I wash them through every tournament. But I went to Florida, and the day we were leaving, we get to the car, Dante and I couldn't find my wallet. And I was freaking out.
Literally.
And Dante's like, let me go check upstairs. He finds in the middle of the sheets, because I must have took the sheets off, and then he found it there. But I didn't realize that also my Ohio State socks were in there. So when I got home, I couldn't find them. I'm like, oh my god, I have a tournament in 3 days in Vegas. What do I do? I cannot go without my Ohio State socks. So I had to Amazon Prime red Ohio State socks and white. So I bought a new pair to the South Point Hotel, and they were ready by the time I got there. And I had my socks for the tournament.
I turned the live stream on. I'm like, what are those? I've never seen Couge white.
Yeah.
White Sox Couge.
Unbelievable. And thankfully he did. Calmed him down. Yes. Next question, though. How many tracksuits does Dante own? The answer is less than 10. but it's right around 10.
You probably bought 6 to Vegas.
I think I brought nothing but. Next question: To what do you attribute all your recent success to? Now, I would say luck.
Playing every day.
Yeah, if you play 100 tournaments, you're bound to win one.
I don't know if that's true.
It's very because we did it and we probably lost.
I would say Chris and Dante yelling at me.
Oh, definitely keeping Cooge in check. That's for sure.
No, I think it's like Chris touched upon earlier. I think communication's gotten better. Being in those situations has helped. Like now that you go deeper into tournaments, you mentally have gotten to a point where you understand what you're going through and you can fight through it. I didn't realize that until you actually started getting that deep into the tournaments.
Yeah.
Well said.
And that's helped.
Also, when we got into this, we're playing against big names. Everybody's talking about ABV or this guy or that guy, right? And you're like, oh my gosh. So you're like, you kind of get amped up for that game, and you might put too much pressure on yourself. Now, like everybody, it's bocce, right? And all you need to do is focus on that shot. So for us to be able to calm ourselves down and really focus on what we can control as opposed to what we can't, which is the past or the future, just control your present. And that's exactly what we've been doing, and we've been executing on it. We'll see if it continues, but at least those tournaments that we've had success in, that's, whether we win it or we don't. I mean, I guarantee everybody listening, when you won a tournament, you agree with what I'm saying.
Yeah, the reality of it is there are so many good players and teams nowadays that any tournament it could be anyone's as long as you communicate. The number one is communicate, and then just you get hot at the right time. That's all it takes, especially in these double elimination tournaments. One loss and you're out, right? And these big teams, one bad break.
I would also say like everyone just playing. You don't have to play like amazingly well, but if everyone can pick up each other, I found that to really be helpful. Like if Dante would maybe miss a point and Chris can come in and make the point, that's a big deal in these tournaments. And if every round everyone can pick each other up, I found that to actually get us through the hard times.
Yeah, that's huge.
And last question was, and I think this is directed towards you and I because of all this time we spent together, is, are you guys gay together? I will say no, but $20 is $20. So
we have slept in a lot of beds together at this point.
So Mike Romeo, my dude, I've mentioned this a few times, and I would love this. So I actually got married at the Grand Resort. It's in Austintown/Warren area of Ohio, which is by Youngstown. Wonderful facility. They have it's basically a country club. So they have a golf course. A hotel is attached within the course there, so you could stay on site. But they also have a rec center and 4 to 5 bocce courts that are awesome courts. So you saying that, what if we do some kind of event where there's bocce, but also we involve golf and obviously the pool as well? I mean, that would be
awesome.
Yeah, they have
do a golf resort, like golf outing plus bocce.
So in 2019, when we got married, and it's right before we got married, they did all these renovations to it. So they installed a Roman bath, a new pool, a cigar room, bourbon room. Like it's all decked out. Mike's so yeah, that would be something like a little switch up like that would be a lot of fun. We'll have to look into that. Ronnie wants the rematch. Ronnie Cap. Panico said, I think Cooge needs to grow his beard out until he wins another tournament.
Might be wild.
The singles was wild how thick my beard was.
We have a question for Mike Pizzuto.
Oh, all right.
Are you single? No, I'm kidding. What is Mike's favorite Italian tradition?
Oh, man. I don't know if I could answer that. Just one?
Name one or two.
So I would say my family, we get together every year and make about 400 pounds of sopressata.
Yeah.
So it's a whole weekend, friends and family, we get together and do it. In fact, I just got a text from my dad, like, you got to weigh the supersized because you got to weigh them and see how much weight loss they had. So, yeah, he just texted me now, like, I think they're coming along. They're almost ready and stuff. Between that and then this isn't really an Italian, it's Italian-American, but the 7 fishes.
Yeah.
I mean, we take 2 weeks kind of planning this menu and then going to get the fish. Those are kind of team favorite.
And then after you all complain, we do too much. We shouldn't
Yeah.
have all this fish. No, next the year.
No, we're not making it.
Then you have 8 fish.
Yeah.
9 last year.
That's so funny.
What'd you say, Carm?
No, that was spot on.
Yeah, I mean,
We're not doing this next year. It's way too much work, and then you do more.
For you non-Italians out there, the 7 fishes is a tradition Italian-Americans created on the eve of Christmas Eve. A lot of people, especially in the Italian culture consider their Christmas Eve because of that. It's always been celebrated highly. What are some of your favorite Italian
traditions? Oh boy, I would have to say, I don't know. There's just nothing like growing up in an Italian family. I'll say it's completely different. I don't even know if I could select one whole tradition. I sound like LeBron James, right?
I have one. I'll go. Maybe it'll spark something that might pop up. So, like, for me, there's obviously a bunch, right? But the Sunday dinners has been something that I grew up always loving, where, you know, you wake up, you might go to Mass, you might not. As a kid, I was like, oh, I hope not, you know. But I also went to a Catholic school for 7 years, so lay off me. And after Mass or whatever it may be during the morning, you know, 3 o'clock came and you went over to Grandma's house. And it wasn't just you and your family, you're meeting your parents and siblings. It was all your cousins, your aunts, uncles, maybe some cousin that you're not really cousins with, but they're somehow related down the line. So, you know, they're there too. So that was always something. And what's cool, especially joining the Italian club here, is we do that as much as we can here as well. We'll hit each other up. Hey, what are you guys doing tonight? Nothing. You want to cook something? You know, and that's Mike always spearheads that. So that has to be one of my favorites. Anthony, you have a favorite?
Probably midnight mass to me has been one, just from an Italian perspective. I don't know.
This dude just had to do that to me. I just said I didn't want to go to Mass.
No, I'm just kidding.
Confession. Confession is my favorite time of the year.
I know. I just had to say
You know,
that.
when
I
I was
see
an
his
altar
family
boy.
in church every Sunday at St. John's, but I don't see
I watch
Anthony.
online.
I watch online, yeah. I'm sure you do.
At the Bocce, it's hard to watch it from the Bocce courts. No, I would say I would agree with you. Like, the dinners have probably been the staples for me. Just it's when we all get together.
Just having not even Sunday dinners, but just the dinners as a family.
Yeah,
goes a long way, and a lot of families don't do that, which I realized growing up. So just a normal ass dinner with you sitting down with your family goes a long way. It seems like with the future of your progression.
We got to make pasta with your grandma.
Yeah,
That's coming up again too.
Yeah,
That's a great tradition.
I love that. I love that story. So Anthony invited us over a year or so ago. He's like, yeah, why don't you guys come over? My grandma's, so his mother, his grandma on each side was over, and he's like, they'll teach you how to make pasta. So we go over there, and the table's set for like 6 people, let's say, initially. We go down to the basement. They're showing us how to make it, right? And we think we're making it for, you know, the whole clan. And for dinner,
yeah,
right?
Like we're prepping our meal, which we're about to make.
Right. And after like 10 minutes, and we all had our turn, they're like, okay, now we go upstairs and eat. And she goes to the oven, and she already had everything ready to go.
It was a literal Rachel Ray show.
Yeah.
Where she's like, okay, you put that in for 20 minutes, and this is what you'll have. She pulled out. We all looked at each other like, what?
So then we go upstairs, and the table that was set for 6 is now set for like 15 because, as I alluded to earlier, it's not just you and someone else that goes. It's, you guys, we're having people over. We have to invite everybody. So the aunts, cousins, uncles. Yeah, it was great.
I mean, that's why I mean, I know we go to bocce tournaments to play bocce, but I do feel like it's like a Sunday dinner. You get to see everyone. You see like family, friends. I mean, that's the one thing I do enjoy. It's like being together with everyone.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, we in Florida was the best time. Me and Anthony are, you know, in one room, but then like a couple floors down, you have both Nanas, both of Anthony's kids, and then Anthony's parents. All just like living it up in Florida. So like we go down, we have dinner ready for us. You know, wine, and then we go right down to the beach. It's nice having them. It's unbelievable. They're like I said in our post recently, they are the backbone of the Bocce Bros. Yes. So shout out to the
Carmen Nucci, what are some of your Italian traditions that you love?
So I'd say making wine is a big one.
Yes.
But really, to build off of what you guys said, Sunday dinners, there's nothing like it. So growing up, we would go to my grandma's, and it was just a little table. Am I echoing?
Not on our end.
Not that we're aware of.
Okay. It's just echoing on my side. So anyways, I'll just fight through it. So we had a table that started with like 10 people. My dad, his sisters, his mom, his dad. As the family built, they would just add on to that table. Eventually it got to the point where it fit 65 people. And every year we would go down for not just Sunday dinners, but holidays. Anytime we were celebrating something, and we would have a huge spaghetti dinner. So, like, that was a staple growing up. I really miss it right now. My grandma was sick, and she's now doing a little better. So we just started going back over every day or every Sunday at noon, having spaghetti. So, sorry. It's really hard to talk with an echo.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're trying to figure it out over here as well.
You're good, man. If you're talking, then maybe just remove your headphones, use the mic, and then just put your headphones back in. So you're fine. I know it's annoying.
Mike Romeo, why don't we have you with Carmen right now? I don't know why you're not fixing this. So Mike Romeo, no days off here. What else we got?
We see. I'm looking forward to some tournaments this summer. You know, I would say fall through, at least end of fall, through early spring is always entertaining. There's always great tournaments. We've named a bunch already, but I feel like once that first, I think it's the major. Yeah, so like your Molisani four-man, I think it's the first one that people consider a major.
So, yeah, just touch up on that particular one. Molisani is redoing all 5 courts. Well, let me correct myself. They took out that one stone court, and now they will have 6 fully matched synthetic courts done by, I believe, Mike Grasser, who is known for doing bocce courts here in America as well as other places, I'm sure. But, yeah, so that's exciting. I don't know what they're going to be like. Very interested to see. I'm sure they're going to be amazing. But they will all be uniform. So right now, you know how the outdoor courts are a little bouncy and faster right now compared to the indoor ones. But now they will all be uniform, and it'll be interesting to see. I think the first tournament will be the June one for that.
Yeah, the first big one will be June.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Which Bocce Bros won't be there, unfortunately.
No, we will not. We all have different events, I believe. At least I do, unfortunately.
Shout out to Molisani, though. I love that club.
They're so progressive.
Awesome.
They're
progressive.
You know, it's a men and women's club. They have over 500 members. There's people on the waiting list. They're continuing to update it. I mean, they just built their but their cigar room, and then I think they just built the patio, the porch with it. Mm-hmm. And now they're updating their courts when. They didn't have to do that, but they want those courts to be in the best shape they can be in, and they figured out a way to do it.
And more so, they have the members that have the love for the game, want to play, are there, and more than that, a lot of them do the work. Yeah. They're the ones doing the physical work. They're the ones donating their, not even just their their time. Well, the time is the most important. Not just their services, but their time is the man hours it takes to do that stuff is not a joke.
Right.
And the fact that they all have people that are on board to help with that, it's awesome. I mean, no knock on our club.
No, we have a great club.
We have an amazing club. It's one of the, very successful, but it's just a different vibe.
I think that's we're trying to figure that out, and more people are starting to step up here as well. We consider ourselves a very successful men's club. It's over 300 plus members. Over 100 are active, meaning they're coming in and out of our club. So it has to be one of the largest men, I think, Italian clubs around. But we noticed that there's more opportunities for people to step up. So we're coming up with some ideas, and we're taking notes from what Molisani's doing and trying to create that same success down here. And I think it's going to work, especially with, like as we alluded to, we gave Mikey his flowers earlier about all the stuff that he does. Dante's going to step in. Dante's been a big help as well. So we have a nice team down here, and Molisani's been a
We're going to start racketeering, whatever that means. We're going to do it. We're going to get some money. No, I'm just kidding.
So I'm excited about that. I feel like that first tournament, the nice weather hits. We get to see everybody's on that same wavelength.
It'll probably be the May Wycliffe Memorial Tournament. It'll be the first big one we'll do.
Yeah, I love that one.
That's the one right before.
As long as it's not 40 degrees.
That's the one that we?
That's the one we always go to.
Had all the wine, and we brought the prosciutto. And all. Yeah, that was
the
great
Wycliffe American Italian Club.
The JC's my favorite.
Yeah, that's a good one. We'll have to talk about that. I don't know if we have.
Yeah,
Panico has a good idea.
Oh,
Will there ever be player props for bocce?
Ooh.
Yeah, there has to be. I mean, I think Rocco's one tournament away from making that happen. As long as he gets some good ones, I feel like.
Yeah.
What would be an example? I guess
maybe it's tough. Right?
Something that can't be manipulated, right?
Yeah.
Something that can't be manipulated.
Like Frank's gonna wear red on Sunday, like regardless, right? Like that's a guarantee. Like
Yeah, you could do like hit or misses in a game for someone. Over under.
yeah, that's a good one.
Say hit 50% of their bocce shots or something. I don't know.
I like that one. What
Yeah.
are some other ones we could throw out right now?
I don't know. I mean, pointer. How many times does the Paulino hit the freaking back wall?
Yeah, you could do like will the bocce ball touch the Polino for someone? Like will they hit it 3 times on a roll or something? You do like over under.
How many seconds are you guys going to conversate?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, Vegas, I want to murder you.
That's always.
You could do a coin toss bet.
Yeah, coin toss.
Yeah.
Coin toss.
I want people that are watching to know that I see you when myself or other people are about to roll, and you do those sudden movements. I see it, and I've called some people out on it on recent tournaments. I'm going to continue to do so because I think that's the biggest sissy move that someone can make is that you're within their peripherals or you purposely walk by them as they're about to roll the ball. Don't fucking do that.
Or the old, my foot stepped down off the ledge I was standing on. I don't care how friendly we are. It's just annoying. I see it all the time.
Yeah, there's a few.
In the end, we don't let it distract us because, we still hit the shot. But
I do want to talk about the debacle at the Slovenian tournament that happened right before one of our games, right?
Oh, this is hilarious.
So we're streaming. My parents are coming down. They say they can't get into the tournament because the festival's going on. It's an awesome festival, but it's packed.
Shoulder to shoulder.
It's the Italian hands. I'm sorry. I like.
So you're good. So as that's going on, we're trying to get them down, which we finally did. So we're sweating from that. Our game gets called. I placed my parents behind the booth area, but if you guys have been down there in that basement, it is packed because there's so many people down there. It's a great environment. And as soon as that's going on, I look up because the festival has 2 floors. One floor is just like a bar, I guess, right above where we were sitting, where we're set up for our live stream. And this water just starts dripping down all over our streaming equipment. Yeah. So we're trying to figure that out. We're calling the tournament creators. We're asking them what's going on. Anthony, stop moving your mic. And we finally get on the court. And as we get on the court, Anthony's freaking out because he can't find his phone. Where's my phone? Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone is. And we're like, we don't effing know.
The game is started.
We have to play. Someone accidentally had his phone. He finally found
Joe
it.
Palumbo accidentally took it because Joe Palumbo's stuff fell.
Right.
Another thing is all of his stuff fell down right behind our equipment. So he just got off of a heater of a game. So he was, I'm sure, was just trying to get his shit and
get the hell out of there.
Get the hell and just keep moving. Grabbed Anthony's phone by accident.
So he's So that was also going on. As soon as we get on the court, someone was missing. So the other team starts rolling practice balls. They go ahead and walk up and grab their practice ball and go back and keep practicing. And it's like, you can't do that. You only have one practice ball, right? Yeah. So we're kind of arguing about that. And then we turn around and someone knocks a beer or a mixed drink over on the court.
A full coffee cup of alcohol.
Sweating the whole time. But then that was all within 3 to 4 minutes.
That's crazy.
And then I think there was something else. I can't remember.
Most stressful start to a game ever.
Yeah.
But we won winning it, so it worked out. All right, so one thing to say, look out for our sports stuff. We're coming out with bags, cooler bags than before. We had the bright orange, the yellow ones. Now we're going to have red, black, some more neutral colors with our logo on them, maybe your club logo on them if you want them, so look out for that stuff. I just wanted to re-bring that up before I know we're not done yet, but we're heading towards the end.
Yeah, we are. Guys, we're going to probably wrap up here soon, so if you have any questions, please let us know. I do have a comment here. It says, Anthony walks by his teammates in their backswing.
Anthony, I bitch every time I bitch at him. I'm about to roll, and then you just see this kid in a blue shirt and walk to the left of you and then kneel down. And you know what we did? I did bring up you brought up a good point, though, on kind of maybe why it's a bad habit of his. But
it's because when my grandpa was alive, I would sit right next to him, and when he would throw, so I would be right next to him because I would give him the next ball if he needed it. So I have to get that habit out of me.
Yeah, it's a bad habit.
It's a tough habit.
Because I'll literally get ready to roll, and I'll just stop, stand up, and look at Anthony.
No, you'll say peripheral.
So, oh, God.
Carmen Nooch.
Pull my hair out.
I think Carmen had some questions for us before we were going to drop.
Yeah, we're going to do Bing Bong. But before that, Carmen, how are the leagues going in Youngstown? Any exciting news you need to share? Any up and coming stars? Actually, I have one. As I asked you a question, I'm going to answer it for you. Our boy Anthony Catullo. I feel like he's an up and comer. He's loves the game of bocce and is always trying to get better. I noticed it a few months ago. I watched him play in a couple games at the Padrano Club that we were at. He was playing his ass off, and I heard the other day he had 2 game-winning shots. So shout out to Anthony real quick.
My guy.
Yeah, Anthony's a baller, and his passion for the game, it reminds me of us, as well as his brother Danny, and also Angelo. Shout out to Angelo Catullo. He's definitely up and coming, and I think a lot of people know that. He usually rolls the ball, but right now we're in full swing at St. Anthony's, Lowville, which I'm not playing in this year, and the Padrano Club. So the leagues are going pretty smoothly. I'd say we have about the same amount of teams as we did the last 2 years. And now there's going to be a new league, the MVR Winter League, starting next year.
Oh, yeah.
So the MVR, they knocked down.
We didn't even touch up on that.
No. But Carmen can probably talk about it right now.
Yeah.
But I know they knocked down everything that was over the courts, and they added, one court?
Yeah, they added 1 court, and hopefully they add more. I don't know. But they brought in a mobile crane, tore everything down in, I think, like 2 days. And it's funny, my whole family, anytime we're driving by, we'll take pictures, send like an update to the group text of the family. Hey, they took the roof off, they're putting in the new court, they're doing this. So there's been a lot of good progress with it, and I think it'll be ready just in time for summer bocce.
I love that. Yeah, I mean, that's a staple in the Youngstown community, one of my favorite places to play by far. So the fact that they're updating it is great.
And I know that, rumor has it the Bocce Bros might be throwing a big welcoming tournament for the new MVR. I don't know. I just heard rumors.
We're trying.
Yeah, keep your eyes open. We're going to try and get something going with Joey Cassis. Kick that new construction off. So just keep an eye out, and we'll be all over the place with it.
Love it. Luciano asks a question, guys. Would you rather have 50 straight runner-ups in all major tournaments, or one summer winning all majors?
So be like Russ.
Hold on, there's more though. Hold on.
Be like Russ, yeah.
But you never make the money again.
But you never make the money again if you win all in the summer.
So you go one summer, you win all the majors, right? After that, you're never first, second, or third or in the money. Or would you rather have 50 straight runner-ups in all major
So
tournaments?
50 straight runner-ups is about a year and a half of tournaments.
Oh my gosh,
We should call Russ and ask him this question.
Can we call him in?
Can we call Russ in?
50, wait, Dante, that's a good point.
Yeah.
So if you play in every tournament,
You can get 50 in a year easily. It's just a lot of. So I did let's roughly 30 last year, just roughly. So,
but then after the 50, there's an opportunity for you to be in the money
so
or
I'm
win.
gonna have to unfortunately just take a whole year and a half of losses, or not losses. I'm still making money, I guess. So just second places are annoying. I'm sure as hell.
But that run to have all the majors under your belt. Right?
I don't know. It's not about the money for me. I take the majors.
But then never again. You're never heard of again, kid. You're just a coulda, woulda, shoulda. Yeah, you're a Jeremy Lin. Lin Sanity for that year, and then boom, you never talked about again. You're on a podcast in 30 years of the Bocce Bros are kids.
Yeah.
1 year I won all 4 majors.
Yeah, these are the Bocce Bros. They started streaming and all that for Bocce, but they only won 1 year, and that was it. Luch, what would you do?
Great question.
If you guys are watching, what would you do?
Great question to the soon-to-be Bocce Bro, Luciano.
I mean, 50 runner-ups is.
Hold on, Carmen. Shoot, Carmen, what would you do there?
I think I'd have to take the majors and then just ride off in the sunset.
That's fair. Hey, be a legend.
But what if you didn't know?
That you'd never win again. Oof.
So you're just trying and trying and trying. It's miserable.
You're like, why can't I win?
You mean like every team of Bocce?
Yeah. God.
Well, Dante and I agreed that every Bocce Bro tournament, the Bocce Bros wins, we just retire it.
So we
So
don't
it's
play that
something we
tournament
never
again.
play it again.
Luch said he'll take the majors.
Take the majors. All right, Luch, that's fair. I mean,
I'm gonna ask that on our social media page.
Yeah, you
That's a
should.
good question.
That's a good question.
What is your favorite position to play? If you entered a tournament tomorrow and you could pick your favorite, second, third, and fourth teammate.
the anchor.
The anchor is in.
Not the first roller, not the first hitter, just whatever's needed at the end.
Yeah, you're really good at that.
That's mine. The anchor.
Yeah, you're good at that too.
You first hitter? You like
I
it?
love first hitter. Making that
You found
move,
your role and I like it.
move has been so good for me. I think I could play anchor now because just getting more experience. I feel like I could do that, but I think when it comes to what fits me best, it's 100% that I need some pressure on me.
Zoots?
I like first pointer.
First pointer? Yeah.
You're a good first pointer.
Yeah, he's got that. He's got that down.
Carmenuch.
I like the anchor best. I haven't done it in 2 years, and it made me appreciate it more because only lead rolling, I've noticed my back wall shots and my botching has just gone into the gutter.
So I made a mistake. Luch said it's 50 straight runner-ups and majors. So
50 straight runners.
Dante didn't like that. That's why he walked out. No, I'm kidding. Someone rang the doorbell.
I think any of these kids.
So it's not 50 straight runner-ups in tournaments. It's 50 straight runner-ups in majors. So you're looking at 5 divided by what, 4 or 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's a tough one. You got to ask on social media, see what the population says.
So about 15 years worth is what Luch said.
Yeah, that's tough.
We're good.
I think we got a dog in here. Everybody's walking in today. Chris, first hitter. I suck at everything else. No, you don't.
Who said that?
Chris Jim.
That's true.
Okay.
All right.
I think that's going to be it for today, fellas. We hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. It's something that we want to do more, especially with all 4 of us. Hopefully we could do it in person. Carm, I'll be there for the Crickets tournament. We will be. So maybe we could do – oh, wait, Bing Bong. Yeah. Psych. Hold on.
Bing Bong.
Hold up. Wait a minute. All right, let's if you guys don't know, rapid fire Bing Bong segment is Carmen asking. We're going to ask, should we ask Pizzuto, or did you question these for Dante and Anthony since they've been traveling?
I could ask anyone, but they're specifically for Dante and Anthony.
All right, let her fly then. Come on.
All right, and you guys, part of the game is going to be you guys fighting over who answers the question.
We'll figure it out.
Number one, which side of the bed do you sleep on when you guys are together in a hotel for a tournament?
Left.
Well, if we're looking at the bed, I'm left.
I was left. You were right. If you're looking at the bed.
Oh, that's so
So
cute.
typically,
Yeah, you're right.
so whenever I'm there, Anthony and I always share the bed because Dante moves.
I'm a terrible sleeper, I guess.
So I'm always
You're
on
always
the
left.
right.
I'm right.
I'm
'Cause you're
always
by
on the
window.
window.
Yeah, which is left.
Yeah.
So Anthony was left, I'm
Yeah.
right. There you go. I'm on the inside.
Good question.
He's
Brian.
here on the inside.
All right, who books the hotels or Airbnbs?
Airbnbs. I didn't even hear half that question, but if it was hotels or Airbnbs, it's Airbnbs all
Definitely
day.
Airbnbs
All
day
day.
long.
And who books them, though?
Always. Well, Cugini, but he has limits now.
We're auditing Cugini.
Yeah, we audit Cuge.
The house in Dallas was fine.
Or we'll find the links. We'll send it to Cuge to book. One or the other. We kind of just have like an 8-step verification process now. Next question.
All right, what's your favorite Italian food?
Oh God. Fettuccine Alfredo.
I like, Zoots makes a good one just with like anything that's around, but cacio de pepe.
Yeah.
I like that one. It's easy to make.
You went with the traditional Italian dish. He went with the American version of cacio.
Cacio de pepe.
That's the first thing that came to mind.
But honestly, anything Mama Lucia makes.
Yeah,
is,
anything Mom makes is what we're eating.
Yeah.
Cavatelli is probably
Nice.
my favorite from her.
I didn't think they even made fettuccine Alfredo in Italy.
They don't.
They probably don't.
They don't.
I just made the first thing in my mind. Come on.
Anthony
on,
Anthony
man.
goes
Okay.
to Olive Garden.
I do. Every Wednesday.
He's
Unlimited breadsticks.
Next question.
All right, what's your favorite season of the year? Fall, winter, spring, summer.
Winter sucks. Spring is great because it's done with winter, but fall, baby, that feels good. A nice crisp fall day with some football on the horizon, with a nice little beer in your sack. Come on now.
Summer.
Oh yeah, summer too. if I'm not picking summer.
Pizzuto, what's yours?
All right.
What was
Pizzuto.
that?
Favorite season.
Oh man,
He's like, I like
I like
garlic
fall and
powder.
spring.
All in spring.
Yeah.
It's cooler. It's not as hot.
Well, it's just like you're welcoming in like winter.
Yeah.
It's about to come out.
turning
and
the
you
page.
You got the super sad stuff coming out.
Everything
Yeah.
revolves around
Yeah.
sausage.
Yeah.
For Mike. Good question.
That's fantastic. Okay, so in the 4 recent tournaments that you guys played in, what was your favorite one? So 2 Cleveland, Las Vegas, and Florida.
I would say for me, my favorite one was Florida because one, it was Paul's birthday. We freaking sucked during the round robin play, 1-4. I was the only positive person within a 30-mile radius of these people. I had to just like talk to them and like, don't worry, we're gonna go and win every game tomorrow. And but one, he's just winning with Paul and Anthony after being really down and out the first game. Cleveland, it was so hectic. I didn't even feel like we won it still.
Yeah, Cleveland, I felt like I was working the whole time. Definitely Florida with my dad and his birthday. I think it was one that he really wanted, and he was super happy.
Yeah, and we beat the team that like everyone basically thought was gonna win it. Which they're one of the best, a great team. They beat our butt twice in that tournament, and we ended up getting the best when it mattered. But I think, from what I understood, we were the first true out-of-town team to win that tournament.
Yes,
Now,
all 3 of us.
all
were the
3
first
being
out-of-towners.
yeah. So now Jose has won it with Rosario. Shout to Rosario. Also, I don't know who the third was, but so Rosario's a local there. So yeah, we were told that we were the first true out-of-town team, which is pretty. It was a nice little notch on the belt.
It was one of those where, the hometown locals wanted to see their locals win, but at the same time, I think they wanted to see them lose because they're like
They
the New
always see 'em
England
win.
Patriots. They always see them win. So once we won, it was all like, congratulations, we're really happy for you. But it was just one of those. It was nice. It was a good feeling. And everyone treated us great.
That team's great too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna sit here and not act like I didn't take offense to that answer, but they didn't like winning with me in Cleveland.
Oh my God!
Cleveland was
I
great.
just
I'm
told
joking,
you.
I'm joking.
I played awful too, so I hated it.
No, you didn't.
Well, yeah. What else you got? Anything else?
All right, so if you were to bet on anyone in the high-stakes tournament in Youngstown, who would it be?
And this upcoming one tomorrow?
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's gonna have to be. Who was the one I said? It was not Pete Melrine.
Molisani Concessions?
Molisani Concessions was the one that I saw that I said, okay, I like them the most on those courts. Second would have to be Ron Dog, Peter, Frank, and Renato.
I know.
Nice.
Take a shot now, but the way that Aveni played in Vegas, the way that I watched Dennis play in the Club Molisani with Ferbata, and the way that Croce played, if those 4 can click,
Is this 4-man walk?
it is a 4-man walk.
Okay.
I'll go ABV with this one because I think
Can't
they're
go
starting
wrong.
to hit their stride again. Just been watching them lately.
Can't go wrong with that answer.
Zeus, what's your favorite casino game?
I don't gamble too much, but I would say I like going there and playing Texas. Because the only game at the casino you get a free look at your cards when you're playing Texas in those rooms. But
Hey, ain't nothing for you.
Outside
You
of
got to
that-
bid in.
blackjack is fun too.
Yeah, I
Nice.
love blackjack.
I like blackjack a lot.
All right, this one's for Chris. If you could karaoke one song, what would it be?
Where am I at?
You are in a Miami nightclub
Oh,
after a bocce tournament.
in a Miami nightclub.
I don't know why they would have karaoke, but just play with it.
What's that Disney song that you
It
get?
would have to- it would have to be a Spanish song.
Uh,
Bad Bunny or Despacito.
I have it right here.
What's that Disney song that you guys always sing?
Which one?
This video
That
just
one.
got blocked by Facebook
It's probably
for copyright infringement.
Mark Anthony, baby.
Let's
that's
go.
usually how you go wrong. It gets the people going.
That or Gaston?
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
All right, who's the best up-and-coming player in Columbus that nobody knows about outside of Columbus?
Okay, that's a good question.
Angelo Cugini.
Angelo is up there. He's
not related to this Gugini for what it's worth.
Yeah. So Angelo is in his mid to late 20s.
6'6".
Yeah, just started picking up the game. Athletic, so he understands, like, he loves the competition and all that. And he's been working on shooting and really getting to understand the game. So I think if he were to come to tournaments and play a little more, I think he could get there.
I think Darren Spenciero, if he would travel,
Same
would be a
same
hell of a
boat.
first pointer.
Same boat, and he can shoot.
And he
well.
can shoot,
Yeah,
too.
he's
I mean,
learning.
Mike, obviously, but Mike's
known.
Mike's
here.
known.
We can't.
Mike's known. He goes
Oh,
to
no,
tournaments.
yeah.
He's known. Yeah.
I also think if Art would take it more seriously, I think the kid
Art has
some
been.
skill.
Art's I didn't mention Art because he's also known now. He
Yeah,
comes
he's
to him
known,
and
yeah.
Zeus come to
Yeah.
tournaments, so I didn't count
Yeah,
them.
I'm thinking of guys that haven't been.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would say Darren and Angelo,
Yeah.
for sure.
Darren Spence and Angelo Gugini. Shout out to our guys. What else you got?
All right. Final question. So in all of these tournaments, obviously you've won 2 of them, so this might not be a great question for those ones. But if you could get a team back and play them right now, who would it be?
Oh, Alta House in Vegas. We should have won that game. We were winning, and that Vegas carpet was just hard. But Domaveni freaking saved every round for them, and I feel like if we made a couple different decisions, we could have pulled that out.
Dude, I just don't like Jim DeFranco, so I want to beat him.
Oh, when you guys played Tony Malrani and Jim DeFranco.
Nah, when did we play them?
No, you did in the 2-man with Joe Palumbo in the back.
We played.
No,
it
you
was-
played Joe. and
I'm just messing with Jim. I do want to play CPF though. I love playing CPF because they're one of the better teams, and they're on hot right now. I feel like I haven't. I don't know if I ever beat them or not.
No, there's a couple people that I still have not beat, and Chris Federico is one of them.
CPF.
Who did we lost to? Someone at Alta House, the older team.
We lost to
Those
Pino
studs.
and Frank.
Yeah.
And we were winning.
That was a fun
And-
game. We were doing well.
We would have, if we play again now, we would.
You just
made
call
some
them the
different
older team? Ooh,
decisions.
that's not gonna sound good to them. I wouldn't call you guys older team.
The older with
The
sexy
veterans.
wisdom team.
Veterans.
Yeah, the vets, the OGs.
Who?
Hey, shout out to Frank Rossi for winning Molisani.
Yeah.
Nobody bet on him, and he kicked some ass.
Yeah, that's one thing. I posted a video, or we posted a video today, showing the most recent champions, and check out our website. I don't know, but not many people know we promote the winners of these tournaments. But even if you want your tournament on our website, just let us know. It's as easy as that. Like, I just put the Highwood one up there. We're trying to get more out of town tournaments on our list. That way, more people travel to your tournament. So let us know, and then that way we can promote the winners too.
So I got a question for you guys. This year, looking at all the tournaments coming up, we'll make a bet now. What one player do you think will be in more of the championship pictures?
So people who hop teams the most. So
Who do you think?
I ain't saying, I ain't gonna throw any names.
No, like who do you think
No.
will be in the winners circle?
I
more or
mean,
less?
this year?
I mean, guys that we've talked about. Not gonna say they hop teams, but like Frank DeSillo doesn't necessarily. Like he mentioned, he's like, yeah, there's times where people ask me 2 months in advance if I want to play with them, so I'll commit.
And it's nice to play with different. Like in Frank's case, or a lot of people's case, they don't have a core 4, so he's free to choose who he wants to play 4 with.
Or if they do, maybe 1 or 2 of them can play similar to us, right?
Yeah.
Like if people on the outside looked in, they're like, oh, they don't always play together, but
Mhm.
it's just because
we all 4 can't make it all the time.
right.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe is this CPF's year? They're continuing from last year. Do you think? Like,
I mean, yeah, last year
DeFranco and Chris.
they had a great run.
It's so It's so, like I mentioned earlier, there's so many teams and so many good players that it's like so hard to pinpoint on one, and it's so impressive when one team like CPF wins multiple tournaments in a row.
Yeah.
And strings on her, as ABV has done in the past, and Toronto 7 or Lucky, Vander Brothers, yada. Teams way before us is what I'm trying to show appreciation to. It's very impressive when teams can string along wins like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if a team does it this year. I'm saying it's.
You think it's so scattered?
I
that
think it's
just
so
gonna be-
scattered that you won't know.
Carm, you got an opinion?
I mean, I think we look back at last year, and the first half of the year was the year of Stewie and Matt. The second half of the year, I can't really pinpoint anyone. Oh, CPF.
Yeah, CPF had that strength.
This year, I feel like Josie. This is Josie's year.
Dude, Joe's always up there. That's yeah. I mean, I feel like he's always.
He's always in the finals or somewhere.
Yeah.
Semis, quarters. Yeah, he's
I
up
think
there.
Russ finally gets a couple that he deserves.
Russ is there right with him.
Russ.
You can't.
Exactly. That's why I mentioned him.
Yeah, Luciano was talking about that. 50 runner-ups or 4 majors. I mean, I feel like Russ has been runner-up in a lot of these big tournaments. He's right there.
Cool.
Anything else? Chris Chim says ABV breaks out again this year.
Ooh.
I want to agree with
See that.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you mentioned it. I can see it.
All right.
Well, hey, before I'm going to mention it again, reach out to us for any custom gear or sport related. We're going to balls, apparel, shoes. We're going to get into this here shortly. The quicker you get in touch with us, the quicker we get things moving. As always, thebocceBros.com, right, Chris?
Yes, sir. TheBocceBros.com for all your tournament apparel needs. At the Bocce Bros on all social media platforms, guys. We talked about it earlier. We are going to be streaming as much as possible, but as you know, you could see all the equipment here that we have to haul and the time that it takes for us to stay there Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So we're looking for sponsors. We would love to be hired to stream your tournaments. Reach out to us for both of those. So, yeah, keep us in mind. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. Mike, thank you. We appreciate you sitting with us.
Yeah, appreciate you
Mike's,
guys letting me join.
Thanks, our boy Carmen Nooch. Let's get him back on the screen, looking beautiful as usual. Good seeing you, Carmen. Guys, thanks again. We will keep doing this as much as possible. A lot more guests, a lot more variety of guests as we push on to 2023.
Yes, definitely. International guests,
Yeah.
more national level playing.
Maybe we'll do a podcast with Marco and we'll have Anthony.
Yes, we talked about that. And all Italian with some subtitles.
Translate.
Yeah, subtitles. I talked to Leo Gionati. He's going to be the president of the USBF, I think, here soon. He has years of experience playing nationals and worlds, I believe. So we're going to have him on, hopefully in person. We've talked about Jose. Jose, I know. I talked to you at Molesine. We're going to get you on here. It's going to be in person as well. We can't have them virtual.
No, I agree.
We need those to be important in person.
Some of the California teams.
In some of the California teams can. We have Valentina from Canada.
At the end of this month, we'll be with Dennis at the Crickets tournament, so he'll be another guest on. We'll be in the parents' basement kitchen again.
2 a.m.
Little
whispering in my family's basement so we didn't wake up my mom and dad. We're doing the same thing again.
And we definitely want to highlight some more women's teams too. So we'll get on. We'll get with some of the women in bocce.
More women's tournaments, I think, in general. We want a singles women's tournament, a doubles. So reach out to us if we can help promote it. We want to, but it's going to take some ladies here to help partner with us. So let us know. Reach out to us.
Let's put it out there. The winner of the Club Molesani Women's maybe gets a spot on the pod.
Yeah,
I like that.
Reach out to them.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
Thanks,
so,
guys.
Take care. Brush your hair.
Brush your hair.